Thank you for watching our channel. This is SMR Collectibles. I want to ask you to like our video and subscribe to our channel. My name is Steven Rosenblum, and I'm going to be showing you how to take a card out of a top loader properly. A lot of our other videos got some feedback, and even amongst my own crew, they had told me that they would like me to make a video demonstrating how to do it a little bit slower. So this is that video. Why would you take a card out of a top loader more carefully? Of course, the common sense to this is pretty self-explanatory, but I will explain it. Of course, when you take a card out of a top loader, the card's condition matters a lot. And ultimately, you want to be careful not to, put your fingerprints on the surface, damage an edge, a corner. Of course, won't affect the centering, but unless you really just, fold the card in half and then, make a piece of it disappear, which is almost impossible. But beyond that ridiculous scenario of taking a card out like that and just, a cutting machine being nearby, ultimately, the way you would take this card out of a top loader would not be the following. The following is sticking your finger inside the top loader, putting your finger on the card, trying to swedge it out of here. Is now my fingerprint you see is already on top of the Topps Chrome card if you zoom in, and ultimately that's an exact reason why you shouldn't do this. So what I will do is I will actually leave the fingerprint there. Of course, I can take a paper towel and remove it, but ultimately what I'm going to do is put it back in properly. What you're supposed to do is take the card, take the top loader between your fingers, leave the opening at the top, make sure it points up, put the card in between your middle finger and your thumb finger so that your index finger can hold the card in place. You don't want the card to fall out of place, and you don't want to do this too fast. So just so you can see the front of the card and how it comes out, what you then want to do is take your other hand. Don't try and hurt yourself. A lot of people I find hurt their wrists when they try and do this. They try too hard. They think that I'm doing something like so, magical. But all it is simply just, it's physics. It's, force and exertion and direction and velocity. So ultimately, what you got to do is just take the card, put the card in your hand as I show you, and take your other hand and hold it in place so that the card literally will just pop out of the holder. You want to do this slow. You want to make sure the top loader opening is pointing up so you don't have the card fall down on the table. As shown in some of the other videos. I, of course, make that same mistake sometimes because I'm moving so fast and I don't pay attention every single thing every time I take a card out of a top loader, because I feel that I kind of know how fast the card comes out based on how thick the card is, ratio to how thick the top loader is. So what you simply would do is just take the card out. Takes a little bit of time sometimes, takes a couple smacks, get the card out of the holder, and this is obviously a very slow motional thing. I could do this much faster, but you take the card out. Now that you have the card in its firm grasp, grab it very, very carefully by the edges, try not to touch the corners, take the card right out of the holder. Now you have the card out of the sleeve. Of course, you saw that fingerprint from the time I did it wrong, but as you see the way I just did it, there's absolutely no fingerprints anywhere. I didn't damage the card. I didn't touch the corners. I didn't do anything to alter and damage the surface of the card for grading or even for just preservation. I wanted to thank you for watching the video. As a reminder, like the video, hit subscribe, do it now. Thank you.